Good afternoon, Georgia State fans. I'm Justin DeWitt. Welcome to another episode of Primetime Sports. I hope everyone enjoyed their Halloween, and I hope it was filled with creative costumes, delicious treats, and spooky surprises. But I hope it wasn't as scary as the ending to the homecoming game for the Georgia State Panthers. Georgia State's football team was tricked with no treat and a close loss to Coastal Carolina. Here's the highlights from the game. Now, this was a very high-scoring game, but Coastal Carolina got off to a strong start. After this field goal to put the first points on the board, Coastal would strike first with an 80-yard touchdown run by C.J. Marable. He makes the first guy miss, and then it's a foot race off to the promised land, and he would not be caught. On their very next drive, quarterback Fred Payton dropped the ball in the basket for his only touchdown on the night, pushing the lead to 17-0. The Panthers will finally respond with a 36-yard pass to Penny Hart, and he makes the safety miss, strolls into the end zone, and he would end with 6 catches for 118 yards. The Chandeliers did come back down the field to come away with 3 more points, and this is where the Panthers would go on a run. After this touchdown right here by freshman Seth Page to cap off a 15-play drive, the extra point would be blocked. Take a look at this. Now, the Panthers would right after this, the Panthers would keep the ball on the ground with Trey Barnett to open the second half, and he goes for 75 yards, ending that game with a career-high 161 yards. Now tied at 20-20, Georgia State's quarterback Dan Ellington would take the ball in his own hands, faking out the cameraman and the entire defense, giving GSU their first lead of the game. Now, that touchdown there was answered by the same exact play that the Chandeliers scored on in the first half. Take a look. Now, right here is where Georgia State should have closed out the game. Right after Trey Barnett's second touchdown to give them a late third-quarter lead, they should have closed this game out, but that's not what happened. In the fourth quarter, Coastal Carolina would come back down the field to tie this game back up with a run from Alex James right here on the goal line. With 2 minutes and 54 seconds left, they would tie it up with a field goal, or they would take the lead with the field goal. Now, Georgia State still had one more chance to win this game, and it slipped right through their fingers, right about here. Penny Hart drops a game winner with 13 seconds left on the clock. Final score, Coastal Carolina 37, GSU 34. Now, despite the tough loss, homecoming was still special this year, but not because of football. Before every game, there's always festivities across the street in the parking lots, and our reporter Jasmine Presley shows us why this year's homecoming tailgate stood for something bigger than football.
When you think of homecoming, you think of a series of festive events that involve celebrating your school or alma mater. This year, Georgia State's homecoming fell on a special moment. Sergeant Erica Lewis, tell me, what do you have going on right here?
Right here, we have painted our patrol car pink in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We were tasked with driving the car around to the different campuses and allowing people to sign in memory of those that have lost their lives to breast cancer or for those who have survived breast cancer.
Before walking into the game, students and fans were able to sign the car and pay their respect to breast cancer awareness.
It means a lot. I had a few people that were very close to me pass away because of breast cancer, and some of the officers as well. And we felt this was a way that, one, it's a conversation piece. Two, it gets people to engage with us and to know that we care about others.
Survivor Torrance Brown was lost for words as she expresses her gratitude for this movement.
Well, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I'm shocked when I saw it walking up, and I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's something that's so easily preventable and so easily detectable. I just think it's great that Georgia State, my alma mater, has a car in pink. I mean, I rock the pink myself as much as possible, but it's cool.
For Primetime Sports, I'm Jasmine Presley.
Just last night, the men's basketball season finally began. After a month of intense practice, the defending champions took the court for an exhibition game versus Georgia College and beat them 78-58, led by Malik Benlevy with 26 points and Jeff Thomas with 17. From the looks of things early, Georgia State may have underestimated their opponents, but GSU did win by 20, but this was a hard-fought game despite the score saying otherwise. Right after the game, I spoke with the leading scorer. Take a look.
Malik, y'all got off to somewhat of a slow start. What do you think? What do you think happened coming into this game that forced y'all to come out so slow and so sluggish?
We had a couple of new guys start that they never played in the program, like Damon, Nelson. So, I mean, it's their first time playing. So, I mean, they kind of probably had some jitters or anything. You know, we didn't have our guys, DeMarcus, Devin, Kane. So I feel like, you know, that made us start off slow. So, yeah, we'll be back next game Tuesday.
So how did it feel to finally get on the court versus somebody other than your teammates to really see how y'all look versus somebody else?
Man, it feels good. I'm tired of playing. I tell them that every day. I'm tired of playing y'all, man. I want to see a different color jersey.
So what do you think worked well for you tonight to help you shine and put up 26 points to help lead this team to a victory in the second half?
Man, I seen a couple shots going from three. That what got me going. And after that, like, man, I got to turn up, man. We struggling right now. I'm the captain, so I got to do something. I got to make something shake.
And lastly, what do you feel like you say you guys were struggling a little bit, you notice it. What do you guys have to improve on to make sure you guys can hit the ground rolling in your next game?
We just got to lock in, man. I mean, coach be drawing things up, and we be forgetting things, so we just got to lock in. Once we get that in, we'll be good.
The Panthers' regular season will start in November 6th versus East Tennessee, and the Lady Panthers will host their exhibition game tonight versus Shorter University. GSU's women's soccer kept their season alive after winning 3-2 in a close match versus Coastal Carolina to open the postseason. Before they left for that game, our reporter Gawan Bay spoke with midfielder Monique Hundley, who made the All-Sun Belt second team.
GSU women's soccer team finished their regular season with a 6-game unbeaten streak to enter the Sun Belt Conference tournament for the first time since 2015. Monique Hundley, the captain of the team, talks about the Panthers making the postseason appearance.
I feel very excited because I feel like this team has worked very hard. It's taken probably the last 2 to 3 years to really develop this program and get us to where we are now. We've brought in a lot of potential and a lot of talent this year, and it's really helped us out moving forward. You know, we didn't start the season as good as we wished we could have, but we've really turned our season around 100%.
The Panthers have had a 7-game losing streak during the season, but managed to bounce back and end the season on a high note.
I think just continuously giving every effort at practice and in games, and I feel like once we changed formations and we really just played to our best fit, it worked out for us.
Hundley, the senior attacking midfielder, has been to the conference in her freshman year when the team fell to the eventual champion, South Alabama, in the final round.
Honestly, it feels like a second chance because my freshman year, you know, under weather circumstances, I think that we fell to the short end of the stick. You know, we fought the entire way through. I think that this is like the second time and a better chance for us because, I mean, it's just such a good feeling. Like, there's nothing better than getting another chance at something that you know your team is capable of. I knew that the team was capable of my freshman year, and I know that this team is even more capable.
Panthers enter the conference as a 6th seed and will play against Coastal Carolina in their first round on Wednesday. For Primetime Sports, I'm Gawan Bay.
The Lady Panthers will face off with Little Rock in the Sunbelt semifinals tonight at 8 p.m. That will wrap up this week's episode. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook at Prime Sports with the Z. See you next Friday, and have a great weekend.